Assalamu alaikum. My name is Asar Kamal and my group fellows are Awais Riaz, Mudassir Tahir and Sajawal Ahmed. First of all, I would like to introduce my company, that is Nokia. Its slogan is connecting people. It's the mission of this slogan, which is to connect people without barrier and distance. I'm telling about the Nokia's history. It is a Finnish multinational corporation that is found in 1865 as a single paper mill operation. Through the 19th century, the company expanded, branching into several different products. That products are cable, paper products, rubber boots, tires, televisions, and mobile phones. This company, the founder of this company is engineer Frederick Edstrom, as a wood pulp mill next to the Tamarkoski Rapids in the southwest of the Finland. Nokia was the first company who introduced broadcast communications. In 1963, it began creating radio phones for the military and crisis administration. The important time period for the Nokia company when it entered in the mobile industry. In 1981, Nokia launched its first mobile phone, that is Nordic Mobile Telephone Service, and it becomes a world's first international cellular network and first to allow international roaming. 1998 to 2012, it was the very nice time period for the Nokia company because it became the world largest vendor of the mobile phone. At the end of 2012, the Nokia company going toward downfall because its sales are 6 million in that time period, and the same time period iPhone sold 26 million iPhones and 105 million Android phones were sold. 2011, Microsoft bought Nokia smartphone business because Microsoft thought that its deep pockets paired with Nokia's near universal brand recognition could withstand the forces of Apple and Google, but it failed. Some competitors of the Nokia company, that is Huawei, HTC, Samsung, Motorola, LG, Sony Ericsson, and so others. The question is why Nokia is failed. This question needs to exploration, and we are going to explore the factors responsible for this drastic change in the mobile phone industry. It is not about everything that Nokia did wrong. There were certain things that other company in the industry, especially Samsung, iPhone, and other one, did right. Thus, the failure of Nokia is a mixture of the mistakes made by Nokia and the successful strategies that the other brands in the industry use. All other brands like Samsung, iPhone changed their designs and technology according to the time period and the customer's taste. But Nokia did not do that. That's why it failed. Some area of improvement in Nokia that are technical point of view, price reduction, availability and visibility, and research development, sales and marketing. And my area of improvement is technical point of view. Here is some suggestions for technical improvement. बाकी जितने भी फ़ोन हैं वो टेक्नोलॉजी में बहुत ज़्यादा आगे जा चुके हैं, जैसा कि आईफोन है उसने इंट्रोड्यूस करवाया iOS, या सैमसंग एंड्रॉयड फ़ोन्स हैं उन लोगों ने अपनी ज़ाती इतनी ऐप्स को इंट्रोड्यूस करवाया जो कि उनको टेक्नोलॉजी में बहुत ज़्यादा आगे ले जा रही हैं। बट नोकिया इस मामले में बहुत पीछे रह चुका है। तो नोकिया को चाहिए कि अपनी टेक्नोलॉजी को अच्छा बनाने के लिए वो कुछ न्यू ऐप्स को इंट्रोड्यूस करवाए, ठीक है। उसके बाद अपनी सेल्स को इन्हेंस करने के लिए इंश्योरेंस प्राइस जो है वो ऐड करे, फ्री रिपेयरिंग सर्विस को उसमें ऐड करे, और अपना जो है ना एक न्यू सॉफ्टवेयर लाइक जैसे आईफोन ने अपना iOS इंट्रोड्यूस करवाया, इसी तरह से नोकिया को भी चाहिए कि वो अपने आप को बाकी ब्रांड्स की तरह अपने کو ڈفرینٹ شو کروانے کے لیے اور لوگوں کو اٹریکٹ کرنے کے لیے نیو سافٹ ویئر انٹروڈیوس کروائے. باقی اس میں کیمرہ اسٹینڈرڈس بھی نوکیا کے بہت زیادہ لو ہیں, تو ان کو اپنے کیمرہ اسٹینڈرڈس کو بھی ہائی کرنا چاہیے, اس کی پکسلس کو امپروو کرنا چاہیے, اینڈ اپنے ریم روم کی کیپیسٹی کو انکریز کرنا چاہیے, جو کہ باقی فونس کے مقابلے میں بہت کم جو پرووائڈ کر رہے ہیں. تھینکس فرام مائی سائڈ. ناؤ آئی ووڈ لائک ٹو کال مدثر طاہر.
Thank you, sir. I am Mudassir and now I can continue. In 1865, established Finland multinational corporation Nokia, which was doing different businesses like business communication, information technology, and consumer electronics. Firstly, Nokia acquired Mobira, which make mobile phones for Nokia. In 1991, the Prime Minister of Finland made their first GSM call from Nokia. In 1992, Nokia is expanding in the markets of Europe and America. They expected to sell 400 mobile sets, but they actually sold 20 million mobile phones. At that time, Nokia understood the market and the need of the customer. Nokia expected that between 1992 to 1999, the market size of phone is around 40 million handsets, but actual market size in 1999 is 250 million. Between 2003 to 2005, Nokia 1100 and Nokia 1110 captured a 70% market share, and the company became the world's biggest company. Nokia dominated the cell phone space, but in 2007, where iPhone emerged out and market the dawn of the smartphone age, not even Nokia realized the major shift that about to happen. For years, Nokia sold off its phones division to Microsoft in 2013. The terms of the deals meant Nokia could not return to the phone business until the end of 2016. Now Nokia can start making or selling its own branded phone, but the Finnish company is not in a hurry to do so. In fact, it may be a long way. According to Nokia CEO Ranjiv Suri, the company is not in a hurry. It has been looking for suitable manufacturing while focusing on its design expertise and building its brand up again. Nokia directly trying to make a place in competition with the leading brands. Its prices are comparatively high than other Chinese mobiles brands. Nokia still have space in the market if they come with the low cost and better features to take place in the market. If we take a look to price of Nokia, its prices are high. The phone which have the same features are available in half prices. Nokia is not now the word of mouth, so Nokia have to make a place in the market. Nokia need to lower their price. If we see the price of another Chinese company, they offer the same features with low cost. So if Nokia need to become in the market again, they have to lower their price. These are the stats of mobile industry. Samsung is the market leader and Apple is number 2. Nokia have a space in other portion which market share is only 30% of the total size. If Nokia captured this space, it become again the market leader, but it is very difficult for Nokia to make a place in this portion because these all are offering the phone with low cost and better features. Availability and visibility play a key role in success of any business. Nokia need to make visibility of its phone in the market and make chain of distributors and sellers in the market to assure its availability. Visibility brings transparency and build trust. When customers go to the market to buy Nokia, if Nokia phone are not available, that it becomes a bad impact on a customer. So Nokia need to be make assured the availability of its phone in the market.
Myself Umesh Riaz and I'm going to talk about research and development on Nokia phone. As we know that the Nokia was the world's largest vendor of mobile phones on that time. The biggest strength of the company is their brand name. Many consumers often option for Nokia more than any other brand because of its reliability, durability, creativity, and their phones provide many other things. Most of Nokia highly qualified personnel have teamed up with the Microsoft expert as a part of acquisition deal. The phone provided by Nokia have a much higher resale value as compared to other mobile phone brands on that time. So many of Nokia products are easy to use, very friendly, and usually coupled with a variety of handy accessories that would be very easiest to use with phone. And products offered by the company are available in all prices and price range. Nokia has ruled the mobile market for many years with its motto, which is connecting people. That is very easily understandable for the consumers. Plus, in which Nokia has released a number of phones under the Windows umbrella. जब नोकिया ने विंडोज़ फ़ोन लॉन्च किए उससे पहले उनकी कोई भी रिसर्च एंड डेवलपमेंट नहीं थी, जिसकी वजह से इन्हें काफ़ी लॉस को सफ़र करना पड़ा और इनका फ़ोन जो है वो मार्केट में इतना सेल नहीं हुआ बिकॉज ऑफ माइक्रोसॉफ्ट. Now I'm talking about the lack of research in which some of Nokia's products are not affordable for middle and lower class consumers, which often affects their searches negatively. The company through is often criticized for poor after-sales services. Another that a long time to enter the highly productive and booming smartphone market. As a result, the company lost of its once huge market share and insufficient marketing as opposed to its competitors. It has also failed to make a brand of their models. Let's suppose I'm giving you example. There is a Samsung model Galaxy S, LG Chocolate, Apple iPhone, while Nokia is still using serial numbers to name as its model. So this is another disadvantage of lack of research. And there are slumps in the company development with its Windows Lumia range of smartphone because of constant competition from rivals Android and iOS. So another biggest problem that is Nokia was to make right decision at right time, which they fail and face there are many specific reasons, but some of these insights. That first one is poor decision making. इसमें नोकिया ने जो भी डिसीजन मेकिंग की वो इतनी कंपैटिबल नहीं थी, इतनी एनर्जेटिक नहीं थी, जिसकी वजह से वो जो भी फैसला करते थे वो उसके अगेंस्ट जाता था और इनको उसके अगेंस्ट काफ़ी लॉस सफ़र करना पड़ता था. The second one is poor model. नोकिया ने अपने जो मॉडल्स हैं वो इस तरह डिज़ाइन वाइज और लुक वाइज इतने अच्छे नहीं निकाले, जिसकी वजह से कंज्यूमर्स जो हैं बजाय नोकिया का फ़ोन लेने के लिए वो दूसरे फ़ोन्स की तरफ जाना शुरू हो गए. एंड द लास्ट वन इज़ कॉम्प्लेक्स सॉफ्टवेयर. कॉम्प्लेक्स सॉफ्टवेयर मीन्स दैट सॉफ्टवेयर इज़ नॉट फ्रेंडली यूजिंग and this is very difficult to use. Maybe after Windows that would be not easy for every person. So these mistakes we have come to the conclusion that Nokia is going through a tough time in the market due to a variety of factors. However, with Microsoft and Nokia personnel teamed up, there is no doubt in saying that many of these problems can be overcome if Nokia strategize, plans, and use its resource properly. So, for example, it is targeted mostly at consumers with the age of 19 to 39 years old looking for entertainment. It is to attract them to use this specific brand and to promote itself in the market. Thank you so much. This is all from my side.
Thank you, Avas. This is Jawal Ahmed, and I am going to discuss how Nokia can improve its sales and marketing, as sales and marketing is considered as the backbone of any business. And there is a lot of room of improvement for Nokia to improve its sales and marketing department. Continuous efforts are required in Nokia's sales and marketing department if they want to recapture its market share. First, they need to define its target market. Their target market is whoever who is using mobile phones. Then they need to focus on the repositioning of the brand name Nokia. The question arises how they can do it. Nokia can do advertising through TV commercial and can endorse celebrities, as their competitors like Vivo, Oppo are doing nowadays. Nokia can focus on out-of-home advertisement, building and transport wrap, billboards and social media. Social media marketing can be done through Facebook, Instagram and Snapchat, etc. Here are some of the examples that how the competitors are doing their advertisement through celebrity endorsement, bus wrap, billboards, building wrap, etc. Now if we talk about the sales department, Nokia has to focus on the sales force, as they are the people who directly faces customers and represent your company. Nokia needs to hire specialized sales force, train them the important skill set so they can focus on the customer care. This is all from our presentation. Thank you so much.